All right, good morning everyone. Thank you for joining me for morning mobility. I'm Coach Emma. We're gonna go ahead and get started on the floor this morning. We're gonna work through the upper back, work down to the hips, and then with the ankles, and tie it together with a deep squat at the end. So let's go ahead and just bring our back up towards the ceiling nice and slow. Inhale. Slowly start to drop belly button to the floor. Big exhale. Big inhale. Expand the back of the rib cage. Big exhale. Good, one more. Pull that belly button down to the floor. All right, spine. What we're gonna do now, sit back into our heels, and I prefer to keep the toes pointed on the floor so you also get a foot stretch, like a bump. All right, from here, what we're gonna do is, again, push into our heels, try to round that upper back. So focusing on upper back now. Big breath in. Exhale. Actively pull the chest forward. If you need, play around with the hand positioning and see what feels best to you. Just focus on the breath and pushing into, like opening up the upper back. So utilizing breath work with movement is a great way to do that. So I've walked my hands almost all the way up to my knees. I'm going to bring them all the way back out to that starting position. Good, go one more. Try to fix this. All right. Last one here, whichever one you decided to stick with. All right, next we're going to move into some rotation. So we're going to go ahead and thread one arm down through the floor. You're going to open up with that top arm. Notice how I'm not sitting back in my heels for this one. Go ahead and close that rotation. Bring it up. We're going to go ahead and switch sides. So again, thread it through, drop the shoulder down to the floor. Open up here. Good, bring it up. We're just going to go from side to side at your own pace. Try to look up at that top hand. Slowly thread it through, find your stretch. Good, let's go one more each side. So drop the shoulder down. And if this is where you are, that's fine. Let's try to really open up here. Last one. All right, so that was more focused on the upper back. We're going to kind of focus on lower back now. So find yourself on the floor. What we're going to move into now is one leg is going to stay straight. The other leg is going to act like a hook. So this foot's going to hook below that knee that's straight. You're going to rotate, so you're going to drop this knee across. Just hang out here. And this other arm is just going to kind of be out at the side. So kind of acting as an anchor. Let's just hang out here for a moment. Good, bring that knee back up. Let's go ahead and switch sides. So we're going to go back and forth here. So again, this is going to be the hook. Hook it underneath the knee. You can use that opposite hand to help guide the knee to the other side. Good, other arm's going to be stretched out nice and straight. Deep breaths in. Big, slow exhale. So let's go ahead and switch. So you don't need to get the knee all the way down to the floor. We're just trying to get a good stretch. Try to keep this other hand, keep it palm facing up towards the ceiling. You might feel also a good pec and shoulder stretch as well. Good, switch sides. I like to take a deep breath in and then exhale as I'm rotating. All right, one more each side. Deep breath. Good, bring it up, last one. Let the upper body open up, so let that shoulder just relax. And you can also play around with the arm position, so you might feel a stronger line of tension at a different angle of wherever your arm is. Good, all right. So from this position, we're just gonna roll onto our side, and if you have a pillow nearby or a rolled up towel, blanket, go ahead and grab that, or even better, if you have a yoga block, we're gonna use that to support our neck. So again, highly recommend investing in one of these. It's helped me a lot with my mobility work. So we're gonna do sideline hip cars. So both knees are gonna be bent, hands are out in front. What I want us to do is keep our toes flexed up. We're gonna open up, so again, staying engaged with the core here. So staying slightly engaged here. You're gonna lift up and open, drop the knee, bring it all the way around to complete that circle. Let the knee fall as far as you can down, so it can come past midline, sweep it forward. All right, let's do that again, but at the top this time I want you to drop the knee and open, so we're kind of swiveling here. So just kind of go back and forth here. It's like a really big clamshell. Slow in, slow out. You should start to kind of feel a little bit something here, like maybe a little bit of cramping, and that's okay. Good, open the knee, drop the knee, and complete that circle. Let's try to reverse it now. So go into extension, open it up, close the circle, and relax. All right, so let's do the same thing on the other side. So I'm just gonna switch sides for you all. All right, so again, knees are up. And what we're going to do now is, again, hands are on top of each other. We're going to slightly lift off the floor with the torso. Open up here. drop the knee, bring it all the way back to complete that circle. Drop the knee down to the floor if you can, or past midline, wherever it goes. Sweep it forward. We're going to open up here. At this top position, drop the knee and open. Good, so just try to go nice and slow, assessing your hip joint. If you don't have much movement, that's okay, and you don't want it to be pinching. So if it pinches, just kind of back off. Maybe just stick with the hip cars. All right, go ahead and bring that knee in. Complete your circle. Let's go ahead and reverse it. So extension, so extend that leg back. Keep the core involved. Opening up. Open the knee. Bring it down. All right, so go ahead and move your block out of the way, or whatever you had. We're going to go into a regressed 90-90 position. So I'm just laying on my side here. Front leg is bent. Back leg is also bent. And from this position, I'm just going to put my hand on my knee, try to lift up off the floor, and then bring it down nice and slow. So try to lift up, slowly bring it down. If that's too easy, you can always swivel your hand out and press up and see if you can go from there. So again, we're really focusing heavily on the hips this morning. So if any of this stuff pinches or hurts, don't do it. Just hang out in that 90 and try to find a place that feels good. All right, let's go ahead and switch sides. So you can just kind of swivel around here for now. So again, come down to your side here. Anchor the knee. Try to swivel that foot up off the floor and slowly bring it down. Again, if that's too easy, you want to increase the angle. Swivel your hand out and then press up. And one side might be a little bit easier than the other. That's okay. It's all about exploring and seeing where your body is today. Okay, let's get one more in. 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, so from here, we're going to work on the hip 90-90. So if, let's go ahead and sit up here in our bear sit position. And what I want us to do is just kind of let that knee fall down and then bring it up. Just getting it used to this position. So try to keep both hip seat bones on the floor and just playing around with how much movement you have in this range of motion. And your foot can really do whatever. See how much you can get with different foot placement. Let's go ahead and switch sides. So let that knee just drop down. Again, it shouldn't hurt or pinch, and if it does, just kind of back off a little bit. Good, one more. So let's go ahead and find ourselves in our 90-90 upright. And from here, what I want us to do, see if you can see me better. What I want us to do is try to reach forward and kind of rotate to the other side. Good, bring it on up. Try to see if you can sit up in a tall position. Walk it back out. Again, if you want, just stay here and play around with your 90-90. Walk it back up. We're going to go one more time out. So walking it out and then threading through to the other side. And bring it on up. From here, we're going to go into our dynamic switch. So start to peel that knee up off the floor. You can use your hands behind you. Slowly transition down to the other side. So now again, same thing on this side. Walk the hands out. Option to stay here or to drop, shoulder, rotate to the other side. Trying to come back up if we can. If it pinches, again, kind of bring yourself out to the side. We want to respect that feeling. Good, last one. Good, bring it on up. So since we're already in this position, what I want us to do now is last hip thing that we'll move into, the ankles. We're going to try and lift up that back leg. So start to walk yourself forward. Try to lift your leg, your foot off the floor. You have pretty good lift off there. Maybe bring it back a little bit. Good, so just hold for a few seconds. And then you're slowly going to bring it on down. We're going to try to go for about 6 reps on each side. Good, let's go ahead and switch. So again, peel up that knee. Open up as much as you can, then switch. Same thing here. Walk the hands forward, lift. If you need to, bring it back just a little bit. Also, if you have yoga blocks, those are also a great tool to have to support yourself. So again, we're going to go for about 6 reps here. And if your foot doesn't go up at all, that's okay. Just try to initiate that movement. One more. Slowly bring it on down. All right, so we're going to move down to the ankles here. And what I want us to do is just hold your knee nice and still. What we're going to do here is point this toe into the floor, scoop the foot in, bring the toes up towards your face, trying to rotate the foot outwards, push the gas pedal down, scoop the foot in, bring the toes up towards your face, switch directions, so again, scooping the foot in, pushing gas pedal down, trying to rotate the foot outwards. Really actively pull the toes up towards your nose so you're feeling all this is lit up. Good, let's go ahead and move it down to some tibial rotation. So again, put the foot on the floor. What we're going to do from here is trying to rotate the foot, trying to keep the heel and the toe, the big toe, is in contact with the floor. Trying to rotate, switch. So now the pinky toe and heel is on the floor. So we're kind of going in and out. We're kind of rocking the boat here. Trying to max that out. Good, let's do one more each side. Then we'll switch. Good. Go ahead, switch with the other leg. Again, holding that knee stable. We want this coming from the ankle. Push that gas pedal down into the floor. Start to rotate the foot out. Pull the toes up towards your nose. Scoop the foot inwards. Again, it's all coming from the ankle. Push the gas pedal down. Foot is rotating out. Squeeze those toes up towards your nose. Scoop the foot in. So as we press the gas pedal down, we're going to rotate or switch directions. So scoop the foot in. Pull those toes up. Rotate that foot outwards and push that gas pedal down. So again, using all those muscles in here. So same thing here, hold that knee down. We're going to go into our rotations here. So big toe and heel is on the floor. We're kind of inwards with the foot. Start to piano those toes across. So now pinky toe and heel, we're scooping the foot in. And now we're kind of rotating the foot out. So it's a lot harder than it sounds. This side's harder for me to control. But practice makes better. Practice makes progress. Good. Go about one more each direction. This foot does not know what to do. Good. Taking our time. All right, let's just go ahead and finish up class. We ran out of time, so thank you all so much for joining me and sticking with me this